Hello everybody, welcome to Beer Beer Reviews with me, your host Jack, and tonight we have a beer from Siren Brewing Company in collaboration with Boneyard Brewing Company from Bend, Oregon. This is Dippy and the Equinox. It's a double IPA, and if you don't know who Dippy is the Diplodocus or Diplodocus from the Natural History Museum, emblazoned on the back of this bottle label here, as you can probably see. It's kind of a good name because Boneyard is... Well, they call themselves a boneyard of brewing equipment because their brewery is made up of like 10, 15, something like that, different breweries all slammed together into one. It's, a bit of a higgledy-piggledy kit. And I think that's where they kind of came up with the name from, if I remember rightly, from their website. But Boneyard do some crazy stuff. Had some really nice IPAs by them at Copenhagen Beer Celebration, so it's kind of one that keeping my eyes open for, and you're seeing them pop up a bit in the UK now. I think probably a lot of collabs came from CBC because they all seem to come together as one. But this little fellow here clocks in at nice 8% ABV and is just redonkulously hopped. Apparently, they just went through the hop store in the brewery and just were like, yeah, chuck that in, chuck this in, chuck that in, chuck this in, and just went through a ton of hops. And it's meant to be ridiculously expensive as well. All above, so they say, a really crisp and kind of clean malt bill that's supposed to just let the hops sing. So we're expecting pretty classic double IPAs here. I've had this at Indie Man and really enjoyed it, but I was working, so I really get a chance to review it. So it would be interesting now to give it a proper review and see what we have and see how it holds up in bottles, to be honest. So it has got a nice lot of carbonation in there. Big old head, big old fluffy head that's going to sit and lace beautifully. It has got a nice rich copper colour to it in the body as well. There's clearly some haze from hops or possibly from yeast. I'm not entirely sure, but I don't care about that. A nice deep rich copper colour, looking pretty swish. So let's get a nose in there and give it a good old smell. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that's a whack in the teeth, alright. That is pine and resin and West Coast written all over it. Yeah, hugely resonant. It's got this massive... Like, you can smell the oils, you can smell how slick and fresh these kind of essential oils are just swimming in the glass. Absolutely classic grapefruit nose to it as well. There's just this hint of dank hop. And just purest pine forest. Yeah, classic in every sense of the word, I think, and that's not a bad thing for a double IPA. Smells really good. Jumping out the glass. Let's get in there and give it a try. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, it just has that mouthfeel of when you get a really hoppy beer, that just this resinous mouthfeel, this slickness, this oily kind of, it doesn't sound right, but this kind of oily mouthfeel that you can literally feel the essential oils and the hop resins on the tongue. Yeah, it's cracking, right? It's all fresh, fruity, juicy hop notes as well. I mean, I was expecting from the nose so much more kind of pine and dankness, to be really kind of hefty going on the tongue, but I don't think it actually is. It's juicy and really rounded. Loads of sweet, sappy, piney juice in there, mango and tropical fruit. There's just this kind of little bit of hint of pine running underneath it, but it's all juice above it. All loads and loads of juicy flavours. You name it, it's in there. It's Kiorora, right? And again, despite the fact that there is a relatively reserved malt bill, so they say, there's just this nice crackery, a little bit of tiny biscuity note just running underneath all of that as well, which holds it all together. Yes, there's some bitterness, but again, because it's so juicy, you can't really feel it much. This is my sort of IPA. These are the IPAs that I'm really into at the moment. Big juice ball ones. You let the flavours of the hop be there, and it doesn't necessarily have to take a cheese grate to your tongue. So, despite what it says about being like ridiculously hops, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. It's got a lot of hops in it, but it's still juicy and it's very well made. Yeah, it's really good. How it holds up against keg? Well, because the keg dispenser is a little bit colder, a little bit fizzier, it felt more attacking and biting, felt more like it was kind of classic West Coast. And the bottles, the carbonation is probably, well, in my opinion, it's a little bit smoother and it's a little bit more juicy. But both are really good. I enjoyed it a lot, Indie Man, and I'm really liking this bottle as well. One to check out if you can find it. I'm not sure how long this one's been out, if they're going to rebrew it, but well worth trying to find it and get your hands on some. So please like, favourite, comment and subscribe. Would love to hear what you think. And until the next baby review, I'm going to be very happy to see and drink this. Cheers.